name is Hannah Ench. I am a student at Eastern Michigan University and currently enrolled in the class Management 202, Business Communication. Today, I'm going to talk about the external factors that have affected Facebook in the past 4 years. What is Facebook? Facebook is an online social networking site that allows people to stay connected with their friends and family anywhere, anytime. Facebook's main goal is to have as many users as it can and to keep them as logged in as long as possible. What are external factors? External factors are factors that affect a corporation from the outside. These factors a corporation has no control over. The three main factors that I'm going to talk about today are competition, lawsuits, and government regulations. The first external factor I'm going to talk about is competition. Competition is a huge part of everyday life. From the business world to the sports world, and in this case, online social networking. All social networking sites want to be the best, so they all have to compete to be on top. Facebook wants to be the one-stop site where everyone can do their social networking and don't have to leave to go to another social networking site. Google is one of Facebook's top rivals. Google is a search engine and a source for emailing. I use Google all the time to do research or to read all my emails I receive. Facebook has created a facebook.com email address to compete with Google. Facebook believes that this email address will save time for users and make their life more efficient, because users will not have to leave their site to go to another site to read all of their emails. They'll all just be on one site. Facebook says that this will not mess up Google's email because they still believe that users will still use their Google accounts for more important things like bank accounts or business type things that they don't want sent to their Facebook emails. Mobile networking is another thing that is starting up competition. Mobile networking is being able to use your mobile device wherever you are and still be able to go on social networking sites, such as Facebook and Google and Twitter. I use it all the time. When I'm out on the road or on the go, I can look up my Facebook real quick and see what's going on with friends and family. The check-in is a concept Facebook has created for people to use when they are out and about. The check-in is where people can look up on their Facebook and be at a location and check in. This way, users can find deals and local attractions or things that are going on around them so that they can get all the special deals and things right on their phone. It's like, without having to cut coupons and take coupons to the store, people can just use their Google accounts, go to their check-in, and receive them right then and there. It's more convenient than having to look through the newspaper. This concept, though, is affecting Google, Foursquare, and Twitter because they are all social networking sites that receive the same sort of services. That way, people are not using their services as much because they're just using Facebook's check-in. The second factor I'm going to talk about today is lawsuits. Facebook receives lawsuits all the time. They are constantly under legal fire. Facebook is a huge social networking service that sometimes things get overlooked or purposely ignored. Yahoo is a site similar to Google where you can search and also receive emails. Yahoo is constantly suing Facebook over things such as their online communication, ads, and their privacy. One of Facebook's big issues with lawsuits is their privacy. My opinion is that privacy is very important when running a social networking site. If people feel threatened or unsafe, they're not going to want to use a site. Facebook is tracking people once they have logged out of their account. It is said that Facebook is planting cookies, which are small files into people's computers, that once people have logged out of their account and left the site, that it can still track what users are doing online. I believe that this is not a good thing for Facebook to do because people are going to feel unsafe that Facebook is getting into online banking accounts or maybe looking up other emails that they shouldn't, and it might scare users away. Facebook wants to keep as many users as it can, and in order to do so, it needs to follow government regulations. The third and final external factor is government regulations. Facebook receives a lot of lawsuits, and because it receives lawsuits, mainly it is breaking its government regulations. Government regulations are regulations a social networking site has to follow in order to stay a social networking site. I believe that all sites should have government regulations because it keeps them organized and it keeps them legal. That way, users will always feel safe and know that their stuff is safe. It's important to keep users, and this is a good way to keep them, by following government regulations. Facebook needs to be a site that is welcoming, and if they're breaking regulations and making people's privacy no longer private, people are not going to feel very welcome and not going to want to use their site. And they will just go to another social networking site that can do the same thing Facebook can. I believe that Facebook is a good social networking site, and in this case, they should follow all their government regulations. Facebook has been having a lot of privacy issues. In order to fix all these privacy issues, they need to follow the government regulations and figure out everything so that people feel safe and that they're a successful social networking site. I believe that if they do so, they will succeed and people will still use their site. Facebook says that they are working out everything in order to be a good site that people will feel safe and unthreatened and no longer have privacy issues. In conclusion, Facebook is a well-known site that everyone uses on a daily basis. External factors will always be faced when having a social networking service. Facebook wants to keep users and make their experience the best it can. In order to do so, it's going to have to face competition, lawsuits, and government regulations. They will always be on top because they have always followed mostly what they need to follow or have fixed things that people find threatening or not right with their site. I believe that Facebook will always stay on top and is a great site for friends and family to stay connected. It is a good site and it is always growing, and I believe that it is a good place for people to stay connected. It will grow within time and fix all its problems. Thank you for your time and have an excellent day.